Aqara have done it again. Another awesome addition to their smart home offering. That, and I know I've said it a few times now, but honestly, it completes my smart home bedroom automation. I've wanted to make my ceiling light smart for a while now, to the point I've bought a smart relay, but when it comes to mains electrics, having electrocuted myself a few times, I tend to shy away from those kind of jobs. However, the T1M from Aqara looked super simple, so I thought, why not? But before we go any further, I am not an electrician. Anything I may say in this video is not electrical advice in any way, shape or form. If you have even less than 1% of doubt, please contact a professional. So what is this? What is the T1M? Well, basically, it's a ceiling light that combines a dual color temperature main light with a secondary customizable RGB ambient light. And at time of scripting this video, this will set you back £149.99 Great British pounds. And as always, you'll find a link in the video description down below. Thanks. Did I mention that it was smart? Well, obviously it is, but before we find out how smart, we need to see what we get in the box. So in this behemoth of a box, and yes, I am wearing my dresser gown, we start with some screws and wall plugs, followed by the Aqara user manual and then the main unit itself, which is huge and measures 8.8 by 16.2 by 8.8 centimeters and weighs 410 grams. There you go. Your unboxing has been done. Right then, the all-important specifications. Let's start with the main part of the light, which provides warm light through to bright white light, ranging from 2700 to 6500 kelvins, which is the temperature of lights. And it does this via 72 LEDs. Then there is the outer ring light, which has 78 LEDs, which are RGBIC and are grouped into 26 sections. So you can utilize various gradient effects and transitions with 16 million colors. That's right, 16 million. It has a color rendering index of RA90 with up to 50 hours use time, and RA90 means it measures 90 on the 1 to 100 scale of light quality, with 100 being the sun, which basically means you avoid distortion and you maximize your color realism. Can you tell I just read that? Did I deliver it well? It has no visible flicker, is gentle on your eyes, and thus ideal for home environments such as living and bedrooms, and should be quick and easy to install. It's compatible with almost all the popular ecosystems such as Mrs. A, Apple HomeKit, Google, If This Then That, SmartThings and Matter, and it is also a Zigbee mesh repeater. In addition to the above ecosystems, it's also compatible with Home Assistant, which for me is via the HomeKit integration, but you can also add it directly with something like Zigbee HA, for example. Also worth mentioning at this early stage is you will need an Aqara hub to make use of this, as it is not, I repeat, not a standalone product like their present sensor. Right, with all that out of the way, let's get it set up and tested. From all I've seen online, as I said, this should be simple, but nothing is ever simple where I'm concerned. I took off my existing light cover to see various extra wires, including loop cables and God knows what else, so I decided to stop and call in the professionals, who sadly didn't want to be filmed, which is fair enough. Once all the electrics were all sorted and hooked up and it was secured with 3 screws, it was time for the setup in the Aqara app. Grab this from your app store of choice, and if you don't have an account, create one and get yourself signed in. Click on the plus icon in the top right hand corner and choose Add Accessory. And then under the lighting menu from the left, locate Ceiling Light T1 and press it. Choose the hub you're adding it to, and then either turn it on where it will enter pair mode, or turn it on and off 5 times to reset it and start pairing again. The app will search for the light, and when found will give you the option to customize the name and location of the light, along with any custom names for the device cards which appear on your Aqara dashboard, and then basically you're done. Although, being a new product, it's likely to have a software update, so check this under the profile link and then firmware update. That's it now. The T1M will be listed under your accessories sections, where you can then control the main light and the side light, which Aqara are calling an auxiliary lamp. You can control the on and off state for both lights, set the temperature and brightness of the main light, and then choose from some existing effects for your side light or create your own. You can even copy an existing one to then modify it, saving you some of that precious time. If you are already within the Aqara ecosystem and have some of their other devices, for example a security camera or motion sensor, you can then set up automations directly within the Aqara app. For example, I have their leak sensor under my bath, so I can set up a custom ring alert to identify me with a nice blue light that I've got a leak under my bath. So the first thing that shocked me about this when it was delivered was the size. I mean, look at it, the thing is huge. I maybe should have read about it, but I wasn't expecting it to be this big and thought it would look horrendous. But honestly, in my opinion, it doesn't. It just seems to blend into the room. And don't forget, it's huge for a reason. It has no issues with lighting my bedroom and is very bright with its 40 watts of power. So for me, I think I'm likely to set the default to maybe around 60% in the hope to reduce that power consumption. Apart from my own personal issues with the wiring in my home, this was very quick and easy to set up, but I can clearly see a potential issue if you have a bunch of larger wires or your wires in the ceiling have connectors on them. And this is because the hole they provide for poking the wires through is pretty small. In one video I've seen, the guys actually also needed to drill a bigger hole, which when you've bought something new that costs this much, you don't want to have to be drilling it. Apart from that, I've seen no issues with setting this up. It was quick and simple. And again, this speaks volumes for Aqara as a brand. Their whole lineup that I've been using anyway, up until now, has been absolutely flawless. I mean, check out some of my other videos up here somewhere if you want to have a look at what other bits I've got. Turning on presets or creating your own was easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
Although I did need to look up the difference between RGB palette and Spectrum tab. The difference basically being is Spectrum gives you much more granular control over the choice of colour. Remember, 16 million. So about my bedroom routine, how has this improved it? Well, first of all, I blanked my main light switch to avoid the power to this light being cut. So now I've mapped one of my Hue tap dial buttons to the main light so I can turn it on and off when I want to. However, if my Home Assistant knows I've gone to bed, then the button will still turn it on and off, but at reduced brightness and use a warmer light as to not frighten the life out of me. If I'm in bed and I get up to go for a wee in the night, then the motion sensor, which sits on the side of my bed, knows I've gotten up, obviously, and thus then turns just the ring light on as a kind of night light to guide my way to the land of peeing. And finally, well for now anyway, if I am in bed and my home alarm system is triggered, the ring light will flash red to silently alert me to this. So is this worth the price tag? No hesitations. Absolutely. Its quality works perfectly and is from a known brand whom I personally use and trust. It seems costly, but compared to some normal lights, it's not that expensive. I am honestly considering another T1M for my living room, so that speaks volumes in my opinion. If you have any questions about this or anything else for that matter, please do let me know in the comments box down below. And whilst you're down there, please do consider liking the video, even if you didn't. Subscribing if you aren't already, and hit the bell to get notified when I upload new videos, because all of that stuff apparently helps with the algorithm, but more importantly, helps me get sent free stuff to play with, even though I did actually buy this one myself, so yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Goodbye, internet.
Throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed on me? I thought what age